guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about relationships, specifically towards like high schoolers and maybe even middle schoolers if you are dating. It's kind of a topic to me that like I hold close to my heart because for one, I take it into consideration when I do want to date. I say that because I feel like it's really hard to find someone that is gonna be right for me in high school. I prefer to just wait until I'm done with high school. But for those that do want to date in high school and who are needing advice on that, I just want to talk about that today. More often than not, when people date in high school, they end up getting heartbroken, people cheat on each other, people just don't have their morals aligned. And most times, at least of what I've seen like with my girlfriends, is they tend to ignore the sign, think that, oh well, he'll change for me, he said that he's not going to do that anymore, he said he loves me, all this stuff. And maybe that's true, we don't know. You don't ever know people's true intentions. And so today I'm just going to talk about a little bit of my story and my experiences in the past with dating, just my advice to people that do want to date. I feel like whenever I would date, I would gravitate towards the same person, the same type of person at least, and every single time, back to back to back, something would happen where, you know, like he did the same thing to me as that other guy, or like I would just keep getting my heart broken. And it was because I was going after the same person that didn't have the same morals as me, didn't think the same thing, didn't, you know, whatever. All my relationships would just end up the same, and I didn't really, you know why that was. And honestly, I just came to the conclusion that, you know, high school isn't the time for me to date. I think that I should be focusing on my studies more and focusing on my future, and then later on down the road I can think about that. I still have all the stuff that I need to figure out before I can actually even start a healthy relationship. Another thing that I think played a role in me personally with my relationships not working out was because my self-worth wasn't there. And this is a thing that I see all the time with girls, especially my age, in high school and middle school. They don't know their self-worth, so they keep going back to the same guy that treats them like crap. They keep letting people run over them, and they just don't know what they deserve, and that's really frustrating for me. I mean, now I know that I deserve better than what I've gotten before, but it just really hurts me and frustrates me when I see my friend going back to the same guy that keeps doing the same thing to them, cheating, putting them down, you know, but then they claim that it's love, and I really don't think that's true. Love isn't putting down one another or cheating or lying to them or going behind their back. Like, that's everything that I stand against for. Me being a Christian, I believe that love is the perfect image of Jesus, and that's, you know, patience, having trust in one another, having your eyes on one person. And I feel like nowadays with dating that doesn't happen. If the person that you're wanting to date does all these things, like they lie to you and they cheat, things that are hurting you, it's just better to let them go because they're gonna keep doing it. I know you want to believe them, and I like to think that they're not gonna hurt me, and but seriously, guard your heart. Like, don't let people walk over you, and listen to your friends. I know not everything is true, people gossip, all that stuff, but more times than not, the rumors about the guy is true, him cheating is true, and they'll tell you anything you want to hear. That's how guys are. They'll tell you that, you know, they love you to keep you staying, but it goes both ways, I guess. It's not really just boys, but because I am a girl, I've seen it more times with boys, so I'm sure girls do the same thing. I'm just talking to the girls out there that need advice with dating. I really think it's important to be choosy with who you want to date and who you date, and I think you have the right to be choosy because you deserve the best and you deserve the right guy that's going to treat you right. So don't settle for less. I had a conversation with my parents before. They were like, you can be picky, you can be choosy, you can find the right person. Don't settle for less than you are. And I really believe that, and That's kind of why I am picky, because I know that, God created someone for me that's going to be the best for me. One day he will come along, but right now I don't think is the time for me. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to someone and they said, how are you supposed to love someone else if you don't love yourself first? And that's really true. How are you supposed to put your effort into someone and love someone if you don't know how to love yourself? How do you know what love is? I really think working on your own self-confidence and being right with yourself and loving yourself first is a big thing. Another thing that I think is important to bring up is that if you don't know your self-worth, a lot of problems will follow after. Personally, with me, I'm just basing everything up of my own experiences because I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I kind of struggled with self-worth personally. I didn't know what I deserved before, and so with that, because I didn't know my worth, I would pick fights with the other person because I couldn't believe that they really cared for me, or I would always be like needing reassurance, and I would always need constant love and affection, and that's not healthy. Eventually that person's gonna get worn out, or you are. It's up to you to make sure that the person that you're putting your time and effort to is worth it, worth the love that you're giving out, because you don't want to just give that to anyone. Be choosy with who you put yourself into. Find yourself, and eventually self-worth will come along. It's just better to be choosy than end up being heartbroken. Just guard your heart, be safe, and be choosy. So that's all I have to say for you guys today. Mwah.